Good mid-afternoon. My name is Scott Redler, Chief Strategic Officer at T3Lab.com. Welcome to today's midday call. Just so you guys know, I wanted to give you a little agenda for the week. Life happens, and my mother-in-law is getting a new hip surgery, so my wife has to go to the city and be with her all week. So I have to be trading from Short Hills, which is great. We have a beautiful office, awesome guys there, but I don't have a studio. So what I'm going to try and do is I'm going to bring my laptop, and Freddie is we're going to try and do some videos from the laptop, so I make sure that you guys have your morning call video and recap. It's just not going to be all packaged like normal when I'm in the city. So with that said, today I leave and I'm going to trade the close from Short Hills, and we're going to test it out, and then I will be trading from there all week long on the VTF, if you're on the VTF, because I'm always on the microphone there, and I will try and do some videos. If not, I apologize, but I will also keep you guys in the loop as much as possible. At this point, this morning we had the big gap up, which is not the setup we wanted. There were some things to do, but lo and behold, some of the weakness from last week in tech did hit the market. Amazon, which was up 15, went red first. I tweeted to you guys and said Amazon's red first. Tweeted to you a little later, it's heavy. Then I tweeted again saying, hey, well, let's see how it deals with 1603, Friday's low. And then it dragged down some other tech, and then we had those pivots to look at, and the S&P tried to be strong with the banks and small caps, but they're not special either. You look here at the chart of the S&P cash, and at this point, rejected again. What does that mean? It means that you can't buy any strength, and granted, from here to here, we open there, which is always a pain in the butt. That the trend obviously is still broken. So now we're in the slower range at this point. We'll see what happens here. If tech stays weak today and continues to be weak, this could work its way a little bit lower. Hopefully you didn't chase the open. I tried to have patience also. I myself, would have loved the down open to buy, but an up open 30, 40 handles, I just, wasn't in love with it, considering this 8-day has been resistance, not support like it was on the way up. If you look at why we came in off the highs, it's the Qs. Okay, look at the size of that candle, where they get rejected, at the 8-day again. Now, I'm not saying we're going to break lows here, but at this point, this is your spot. This is 164.23. It's already given back the majority of whatever this range was. If it was going to be, better, I don't know what to tell you except for bear market environment. Don't have FOMO if there's not the right setup for a bounce. I'm trying to do the same. If there is the right setup, we'll catch it. If it's not, it's not. It's hard to see to be long coming in. And then just as, same, was hard to just be a mechanical short into the 8-day, but I guess maybe some computers did it. Amazon was the reason. Amazon right now, off lows, okay? But, we said, which I posted a chart, most of the time, first of all, this is when it broke the 21 day. I said, hey, what's going to happen here? Is it going to get rejected at the 200-day? And if it does, how weak is it? Well, got rejected, went red first, and then took out 1603, and then I think it was as low as 1570. So if you're a good short and you want to short into resistance, I hope you guys are making a heck of a lot of money. I am not a good short. I was staring at it and I just didn't short it. I shorted Apple instead, and Apple went red, so that was decent. But I'm just saying, you guys better be making money. If you guys are short traders, if you did not make money long, when this trend was awesome, which it was, you better be making your money short when it broke the 21 day, when actually this was hard, this was on earnings, but anyway, we'll see what's next. Here is a gap to get filled if it wants to. That high here is 1529. The low of this is 1546, so we'll see what happens if it gets into here. It would be a pretty crazy scenario if it does. And then really, I'm not saying it's going to get to here, but not many points of reference on the way. And when you're below the 21 day and the 50, and if you're below the 200 day like it is, you got to be very, very careful. Okay, we'll see. Apple wound up going red. What's it doing now? It's red. Okay, rejected. I was not buying Apple today. Hey, look at that. Redler was not buying Apple into resistance. Okay, am I shorted? I'm not shorted anymore. I was shorted a little bit. Should have stayed with it. But anyway, now we'll see. Does it work its way back down to here? If it does, the market will work its way lower. Very hard range. Green bar into friggin' red bar into green bar into doji into open up. I was just talking to my friend, who's been trading also since 1998. And for me, I saw this corrective phase coming pretty well. Like, when we broke 28.80, I got rid of my portfolio approach, went to active. But the day trading aspect of it has been hard. At least he's like, why are you upset? It's been really hard. We open lower, we close up. We close okay, we get bashed the next day. It makes a new low that day, you get bashed, and then it comes back, and then it's up the next day. It's hard stuff. You're not missing out. You're not doing anything wrong. If we make new lows, you get out of the way because who knows where we're going to go, or you close into dead lows. That's not the way, to be an active trader, looking for price discovery. As active traders, we want to be calculated. You want price discovery, you want to trade versus those levels, so this way you don't get blasted. Okay, you just have little paper cuts. But anyway, now we'll see what happens. If you go to Facebook, where's that? Wow, sold off. BABA was weak early on. Looks like it's going to make lows. Look at that. It's not easy action. Coming up to the lows here. Look at this though. Below the 8 the entire time. By the way, guys, remember it's 12:22 in the afternoon. It's not 4 o'clock. A lot could change. Just in case you're mechanically watching this after the close. Like, this is weird because I'm doing it at 12:20. I gotta commute to short L so I can trade the close and then see if I could put another video up then. We'll see. Maybe not today. Twitter, okay, on the strong side, still on the strong side. I'm not saying go all in here, but some of you guys are long from earnings, and this is, as long as it stays above this, it's kind of special status. Actually even poked its head up above this, so buy some dips here. This is acting better. Microsoft did not act better. Microsoft, I said, hey, let's see what kind of market we're in. Had good earnings. Can Microsoft get above and stay above 108.50? That would give us some clues that tech is getting stronger. Instead, it opened there and has been for sale all day. Next level here would be this spot. If this breaks, then I guess they're going to forget that Microsoft had good numbers. That wouldn't be helpful. Intel had good numbers. What did that do today? It opened up and got sold and didn't hold a prior high. Okay, when stocks don't hold prior highs, you adjust. What did Tesla do? Did it hold the prior high? Nope. Tesla got above and did not stay above this for now, 339. So if you were looking to be short, which some of you were, not me, maybe you had a topping tail, 347, came below 339, and where is it now? This is a stronger name now, but anyway, I guess entries and exits matter for this tape. There's Amazon, 1578, so it's working lower as we speak. It's not great. Google, I gotta say, these freaking computers are good. I think some people wanted to short the open on Google. They pushed it like $20 before going red and coming in. It's not easy, either which way. You can't start too early, and you can't get too big. Anyway, this was your spot. If you waited to that spot, okay, now it's already, in the bottom end of this, and it could work its way all the way down here or not. That's resistance, okay. All right. So with all that said, let me see what J.P. Morgan's doing. J.P. Morgan broke above this area, trying to reclaim the 8-day. I guess you saw that kind of here, and then it failed. So, I guess for now it's acting a little bit better than other things. It held this 102, but big resistance comes in here, and it's going to be hard for this to hold up while some of these tech names get hit. IWM, I think, gave a decent trade. Now look at that. A tail right into the 8-day, guys. We do not buy the 8-day moving average in downtrends. We only buy it in uptrends, and this was that false breakout. You did have a small scalp if you were fast and got it at 149.42. It did go another $1 before putting a topping tail in there. Now we'll see what happens here. So you still need crazy patience / discipline, and got to be very prepared. Being prepared meaning know where your pivot resistance is, so if it gets above it's a squeeze, but then know where real resistance is if it's going to get rejected. What's leading what? We knew that Amazon was weak. Hey, maybe it would have got above the 200-day and went to 1700, and today would have been a gap and go, strong day across the board, and said it was weaker, went red, stayed red, and then everyone started getting rid of the other tech just in case. Netflix also. Look at this thing. Below the doji low, below Friday's low. That's it right there, 290, 230. You were trying to be long here. You had to get out of the way. You were looking short. You saw Amazon break 1603. Maybe you made some money. This was the first stock to give us clues that we're in a weak environment when this gap up got sold. and this was your resistance there. Now, can you short it here after all these days down? If you're that good, for me, I'm just going to avoid it and try not to buy it too many times and get, some paper cuts. All in all, though, below all the moving averages, and this is pretty scary looking. It's came in below, kind of retested the neckline here, and if it wants to really fall apart, it can. So just take care. Just don't blindly buy it. Use levels. Amazon, where are you now? 1569. Jeez. Leading the tech lower. Someone called me before, should we be buying Amazon? I'm like, you know what? If the market was weak and it was down and reversed up first, I would say, hey, maybe it's getting washed out. But now when the market's strong and it's heavy and being sold, that to me tells me, it's not ready yet. So we got this spot and then we'll have these spots. Hopefully it gets there in a tradable fashion. Close on your lows and open down 70 points tomorrow so we could buy it. Don't close on your lows and open up 30. That's what's been happening. So in conclusion, it's 12:27. This is a little intraday recap. I hope everyone's navigating well. Conserve that brain power. I will be in Short Hills all week. I actually leave on Thursday though for Arizona for my yearly Ragnar race that I do with 8 guys for charity. So you'll have a little less content then, but I'll do what I can to write my note and be in some things if it makes sense to be in some things. But I came in flat this weekend or today, and everyone's like, Red Dog, you have no positions. I'm like, yes, we closed really low. We're in a dead, we're in a market that's pretty darn broken. What the hell am I going to sit in positions for? I'll trade and I'll figure it out. If we get great openings or that are conducive to our style, we'll make a lot of money. If not, you got to be patient. Like today, I've been in cash since 28.80. All the way up here. That was a good spot. All the way into this spot. Remember, get from portfolio to tactical. You could have done it, on this spot when it broke the trend line, or when it got confirmed and broke this. Remember this spot here, this 28.62? That was still over 200 handles ago. So with that said, do what you want to do, not what everyone thinks you should do. Okay, do what makes you comfortable. Don't push it. We'll see what this lower area leads to. Do we, get a close on the dead lows, and then get a gap down into this area tomorrow, and then get some kind of tradable move? That'd be awesome. Does tech get a little stronger and then things try and come back up again? Who knows? But right now we're below the 8-day, and that's resistance, and you can't be in a whole mess of longs because they're not working. Only for brief seconds. The CGC, very good example of a breakout failure to get you out of the way. If you did not get out of the way here and didn't act fast, I listed the chart and showed you this was your spot. Okay, now all of a sudden, bear flags are triggering down. So next spot here will be the 200-day. We'll see if we can get it down open to there. Tomorrow or the next day, that might be a good trade there for a scalp, kind of like this one when it coordinated with these prior highs here. And that's that. Okay, I'm sorry for having a little bit of an attitude, but you get stretched in a lot of directions when you have 65,000 Twitter followers, private Twitter feed of VTF traders, and everyone's trying to pick your brain and ask you questions about this, about that, and I'm trying to do my best to put out a consistent plan and process that might not always make you a heck of a lot of money, but it'll keep you safe. You might miss a few things, but that'll also keep you safe, and you just have to stick to it. And at some point, when it's more conducive and we get a little bit more, just some discovery, we'll string together more profitable days, or not. So at this point, hard to be excessively long or short down here, and we'll see what happens the rest of the day. If you're a good short, and hopefully you made some money short Amazon, it showed you how weak it was, and then maybe you laid into other tech, and then who knows, if tech closes on the lows and we open down tomorrow, maybe it'll be a little bit more risk reward in our fashion or favor to get in there for a rubber bound trade, not closing the dead lows and then open up tomorrow and then confuse everybody that went out short and get everyone upset who got stopped out today because tech wasn't ready to bounce. And that's that. I'll see you later. Bye-bye.